What's poppin', everybody? Thank you yet again for tuning into the channel. Back on behalf of www.easetocrave.com. You could go ahead and check out that link in the description. And this time back with another Z-mail. I've already done one Z-mail, so definitely go ahead and check it out. I want to go ahead and shout out the website again, www.easetocrave.com. Go ahead and check it out. There's some new kicks on there, some Mamba moments, some new clothes on there. Check it out on a frequent basis, man. I do most of the blogging on there, and it's just most of the time just stuff that I'm watching and stuff that I think is pretty cool. I'll post it up on there, as well as any shirts or any cool things that I find along the way that's not necessarily my size. I post it up on there. So definitely check it out again, www.easetocrave.com. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this next email. Hey Zay, I was just wondering, what was the first shoe that inspired you to start collecting, and what is one of your favorite brands besides Reebok or Nike, and why? Thanks. All right, so thank you very much to that individual for submitting the question. Might be a new person to the channel. If you are, I appreciate you for subbing. And it's something that I think everyone has a fair idea of, but there's definitely some people out there that don't know yet. And if you're new to the channel, you know, it's understandable. But the first shoe that ever got me into shoe collecting was these bad boys right here. These are Reebok Kamikaze 1s. These were a shoe worn by Shawn Kemp. I was a huge Shawn Kemp fan back in the day when he was doing his thing. Him, Gary Payton, Detlef Shrimp, all these people, Sam Perkins. The squad was just amazing, and he was just such a great athletic player. And I remember that, you know, I used to watch some of the games. I used to like, you know, my favorite players at that time in the 90s were Shawn Kemp, Shaquille O'Neal, and my favorite was Charles Barkley. So these were guys that I watched on a regular basis, and there was one time when Shawn Kemp, they released these, or were about to release these, and they did the promo for it, and they put up a commercial, and that specific commercial, I'll put a link for it in the description, but the commercial just blew my mind. And from there on, I knew I had to have this shoe. This was the first shoe ever that my mom bought me that was over $100. These were $125 at the time of their release. And at that time, that was fucking insane for a shoe. Like, that made no sense. People were not paying that, but it was an insane shoe. And my mom definitely got it for me. And I rocked them for everything, man. I rocked them to church. I rocked them to school, rocked them to play ball. I beat these things up. But these are not the original ones that I had, but this is an OG that in time collecting I've been able to secure. So this is the one that got me into collecting, real short and sweet, and a brand that I like besides Nike and Reebok. Definitely, you know, I like New Balance, I like Asics, well, some Asics. I don't like all Asics, but one definitely is Adidas. And this is another shoe that came out when I was younger. This is not the OG, this is the retro, but the EQT Elevation, which was Kobe Bryant's first shoe. That's the original name. Now I think they call it the Crazy 97 or something like that. But this was another shoe that definitely reverts back to my childhood. And this was another one that when I got it, it was just insane. People thought, you know, when people saw this on someone's foot, they went crazy. Like, yo, what are those? Those are crazy. But yes, Adidas is definitely a brand I fuck with. Nike is definitely a brand I fuck with. I just like shoes in general, man. If they look dope and they look dope on my feet, then I fuck with them. And these are two sneakers from, I would say, a blast from the past. This is the one that got me started collecting, and this is the one that I could say that I've liked from day one. So definitely I was fucking with Reebok and Adidas from early on. And I think, you know, I was fucking with Reebok and I wasn't even fucking with Nike back in the day, in the 90s. Reebok and Adidas was just killing it in the 90s. And, you know, so was Nike, but you know, these were major players with some of the shoes that were coming out. And at that time, they had great players to support those shoes. Kobe, they had Shawn Kemp, they had Shaquille, Van Exel, they had a whole bunch of, a slew of players. So with that being said, hopefully I've answered your question. Thank you very much, young brother, for submitting that question. If anyone else would like to submit a question, Zaya_X_0712@yahoo.com. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Everybody stay up, stay fresh. Catch you on the next email. Peace.